Alright, we're on the other side of the tractor. As you can see, I got our new hose and our fittings for this side. This one's pretty quick and simple. I am going to get another bucket just to catch any more fluids. Firehouse is a great place for buckets. They're I caught a leaf. They're a whole $2 for the bucket and lid versus like $5 at Lowe's and Home Depot. The only problem is pretty much anything that goes into it is not going to come back out because it's going to smell like pickle. So anyway, here we are. We've got to take this fitting off here and this fitting off here, and then replace it with our T-fitting. Shouldn't take but a minute or two, hopefully. So we've got a 3/4 inch wrench, and what do you know, it's not a 3/4. That looks about right. That's tightening. We need to loosen. We don't want to tighten. Pull this little line off here. Now we got to take off this other fitting. That's loose. To loosen this, it's not too tight. Everything seems to clear out of its way pretty well. We just spin that sucker off, and here comes all the fluid. Move that bucket over a little bit. Alright, so that's off. Now we just need to determine which of the John Deere fittings fit. I don't think it's going to be the big one. I am sure it's not going to be the big one. Alright, and the big one's the expensive one, if I remember properly. So I could return it. John Deere has a restocking fee and it's been past their return period. So I'm just going to hold on to it. If you happen to have the big one and need it, give me a shout and we'll try and get one to you. I'll sell it to you at cost. Alright, besides our GoPro battery dying, we ran into a little bit of an issue. We're going to have to go to town and get another couple fittings. This hose is, I thought I was going to be able to use some of the fittings between here on this hose. I'm not. Can't use this hose. I have one of two choices. I can use this hose. I can go from here to my new hose to this, or I can just go my new hose from here to here, but I need an adapter for my new hose to go here. See, we can take that off just fine, but I need this fitting to a male, well actually to a female hose fitting. Basically the straight version of this is what I need, and I want the hose to run down and come up so it's out of the way of the brake when it moves. So I may need a longer piece of hose just to ensure that it comes up over here. So I'm gonna have to run to town. You can see the fittings in. I did go back and put thread tape on there, step I forgot on the other side as well that I'll go back and do. Make sure you put thread tape, but keep it at least one thread off of the front. You don't want stuff going through. It shouldn't be that big of a deal, and this thread tape is petroleum based thread tape, so it's okay for fuels. Don't use the stuff that you use on your air compressor lines and stuff like that. That's not the same stuff. So we'll be back in a little bit and we'll continue on this project. After this is all said and done, there's only one other task after we get all the hoses on, and that's to change the closed center plug, which is right here. Anyway, my hands are oily, my camera's getting oily, but we're getting there. We'll be back in a little bit. Thanks. Alright, we went to Tractor Supply. Well, we went to Walmart and got this thing to hold the GoPro so it's not on our hat. Maybe you guys will get stable video now. So we got another hose. We got a couple of these. And we're going to use that to put the other side on, so we'll go over and do that. Got to get our thread tape back, all that good stuff. So when we get back to the other side, oh, and we got this big O socket for the closed center plug, because I didn't have a wrench that big. Alright, so we'll be back in a second. We'll go to the other side. Alright, so now I'm going to put some thread tape on this hose, because the hose doesn't exactly swivel and I got stuff flying away. It's really windy out here. We're going to connect that end of the hose over there first. And actually I'm going to take this off. It's just finger tight, and I'm going to do that up here instead of trying to twist the whole hose. Get this one started. Again, we're working on the supply line side here. And I want that to actually go downward. Yeah, that's what I want. That'll keep it out of the way of the brakes. Alright, now that end's tight. Now we're gonna switch over. Alright, so now we've got to connect this side. Get some of that oil off of there. Just wipe it on your nice pants. You'll be alright. I'm going to put some thread tape on there. That should be enough. Now we need to put thread tape on this side of this. There we go. That should be enough. And I just dropped my thread tape. That's alright. We don't need it right now. Alright. So now we go right up to here. And with our 7/8 wrench, and tighten this one up. So we have a nice new pretty line on there. Making sure it's staying out of the way of everything, the brake, the battery box, all that good stuff, and then we'll tie it up over here when we're all done. Alright. I just loosened it up on purpose because I need to twist it without twisting it. Come on. That should be good and tight. So our supply side is actually done at this point. We've got our new hose on. It goes all the way down there. All that's tight. We should be good on this side. Now we